The story begins with our main character, Kim Dokja, sitting quietly on a train, lost in the pages of a novel. Moments later, he meets his co-worker, Yoo Joonghyuk, who surprisingly shares the same passion for reading. Kim Dokja has always been a devoted reader. Ever since his third year of middle school, he's been obsessed with one particular web novel called Ways of Survival. He's followed it faithfully for over 10 years, reading through all 3,000+ chapters without missing a single update. But just moments later, something strange happens. A mysterious creature called a dokebi suddenly appears out of nowhere, hovering in the middle of the train. The passengers look around in confusion, thinking it's some kind of prank or special effect. But they're wrong. The dokebi grows impatient with the noisy crowd. With a terrifying smile, it wipes out everyone who dares to speak too much, leaving silence and fear behind. Then, to make things easier to understand, the dokebi introduces a system, one that lets everyone see their stats, skills, and survival points. Kim Dokja also receives this system. But unlike the others, he already knows what's coming next, because he's read this story before. Panic fills the train. Some passengers tremble and pray, while others desperately try to escape. But no matter what they do, they can't get out. Then, a chilling announcement appears before everyone. A main scenario. To survive, they must kill other living beings within the time limit, or face certain death. While chaos erupts, Kim Dokja suddenly receives a mysterious message. It's a file sent by the author of the very novel he's been reading. Inside it lies detailed information about future events, everything that's about to happen. Thanks to this, Kim Dokja gains an exclusive attribute, giving him the ability to read and understand faster than anyone else. As people start turning on each other, killing just to survive, Kim Dokja stays calm. He remembers the story's first scenario, and the key to survival isn't killing humans. It's something much smarter. Using the knowledge from the novel, he finds a boy carrying an insect, and instead of taking a human life, he kills the insect to complete the quest. While others fall into despair, Kim Dokja survives the first scenario, proving that knowledge truly is power. Even after the first scenario begins to end, some people still choose violence. One man, desperate to survive, tries to kill another passenger right in front of everyone, but Kim Dokja steps in, stopping him before he can strike. The man, furious, turns his rage toward Dokja and attacks. At that moment, something awakens inside him, a hidden skill, and his strength suddenly skyrockets, making him a dangerous threat. Facing an opponent with overwhelming power, Kim Dokja doesn't panic. Instead, he activates his exclusive skill, Omniscient Reader's Viewpoint. Through this ability, he can see into his opponent's thoughts, predicting every move before it happens. Then, Dokja makes a bold move. He crushes an insect egg he's been holding onto. By doing so, he gains additional skill points, which he immediately invests into durability. When the enemy's attack lands, it's useless. Dokja stands firm, unharmed, while his opponent falls. As the timer runs out, the main scenario concludes. Kim Dokja survives, and his opponent dies. After the first scenario finally ends, the dokebi reappears, floating before the bloodied survivors. Out of all the chaos, only 5 people remain alive: Lee Hyun-sung, Yoo Sang-ga, Lee Gil-young, Han Myung-go, and of course our main character, Kim Dokja. As they look outside, the world they once knew is gone. Seoul lies in ruins, buildings reduced to rubble, smoke rising from the horizon, and monstrous creatures wandering the streets. Then, with a snap of his fingers, the dokebi grins. A new message appears before everyone. Main scenario, sponsor selection. Each survivor must now choose a sponsor, a powerful being from the stars, who will become their divine backer. Kim Dokja receives 4 proposals, and thanks to the 10 years he spent reading Ways of Survival, he knows exactly who these beings are and what kind of power they offer. The first, Abyssal Black Flame Dragon, a constellation that grants overwhelming destructive power, but at a terrible price. Overuse of its strength drives its host into madness, turning them into a killer. The second, Demon-like Judge of Fire, but despite the name, it's no demon at all. In truth, this sponsor is the Archangel Uriel, one of heaven's most powerful warriors. The third, Secretive Plotter, an unknown constellation not mentioned in the novel. Kim Dokja has no memory of it and assumes it must be weak or irrelevant. And the fourth, The great sage, heaven's equal, Sun Wukong, a legendary figure known across countless myths, offering unmatched strength and agility. Suddenly, the train door begins to crack. Realizing they can't stay trapped any longer, Kim Dokja orders Lee Hyun-sung to break it open using his strength. With a powerful swing, Hyun-sung smashes through the door and the survivors rush outside only to be met by the dokebi once again. Floating in the air with a cruel grin, the creature says, "I told you not to run outside." Then, with a flick of its finger, a new sub-scenario appears crossed to the other side of the broken bridge. As the survivors look ahead, they see a massive sea monster rising from the waters below, its roar shaking the ruined city. To make things more interesting, the dokebi summons demonic beings, throwing them into the chaos. The bridge collapses under the destruction, but Lee Hyun-sung and Lee Gil-young manage to cross safely. Meanwhile, Kim Dokja, Yoo Sang-ga, and Han Myung-go are left stranded on the falling side of the bridge. Just when all hope seems lost, the shattered bridge suddenly repairs itself. A divine message appears before their eyes. Deus Ex Machina, the right to intervene in scenarios. A power that constellations can use at great cost to alter fate itself. It's the power of Yoo Sang-ga's sponsor, saving them at the very last moment. But their relief doesn't last. Han Myung-go, driven by fear, grabs Yoo Sang-ga and runs, abandoning Kim Dokja behind. Before Dokja can react, a dark figure lunges at him. He barely dodges in time. It's a Tier 9 humanoid demon, a human mutated by the black ether, and horrifyingly, it's Kim Nam-woon, the same man Dokja fought and killed earlier. Dokja notices something glowing behind him, a bookmark. A message appears, greater than star. Your understanding of the character is low. Only a part of the character's skills have been activated. Using this, Kim Dokja copies Nam-woon's abilities and turns them against him, managing to defeat and kill the demonized Nam-woon once again. But before he can breathe, an explosion erupts nearby, and through the smoke, he appears. The real protagonist of Ways of Survival, Yoo Joonghyuk. Without hesitation, he attacks Kim Dokja, demanding answers. Since Joonghyuk is a regressor, he knows everything that's supposed to happen, but Kim Dokja isn't in the story he remembers. Suspicious, he tries to read Dokja's information using his skill. But it doesn't work. A wall of light blocks the scan. Personal skill. The fourth wall has blocked the eye of the sage. Joonghyuk is shocked. No one has ever resisted his detection skill before. To calm him, Kim Dokja claims, "Greater than I have the prophet attribute, a power that lets me see glimpses of the future, and one that naturally nullifies detection skills." But Joonghyuk isn't convinced. He grabs Dokja by the collar and glares at him, his sword hovering inches from his throat. "If you're really a prophet," he says coldly, "then tell me, if I let you go right now, will the sea monster eat you or not?"